One time Krishna was trying to tax the gopis, and he made a blockade with his friends, the cowherd boys. There was a narrow passageway that the gopis would go through to take their yogurt, their milk, their ghee, their butter, and various preparations, and go and take them from one village to another or to the marketplace. And so Krishna blocked the passageway, and he said, "You must give us tax." He said, "Tax?" He said, "Don't you know I am the prince, the king of Vrindavan? My father is Nandishwar, Nanda Maharaj. I am the son of Nanda Maharaj. He's the king." "King?" Radharani said, "My father has 2 lakhs more cows than your father. We have 1,100,000 cows. You only have 900,000 cows. And anyhow, where's your title? Where's your deed that you own Vrindavan and you can demand tax from us? This is not proper." He said, "I don't care what you say. Might equals right. Here I am with all my hundreds of friends with sticks. If you want to pass through, you must give us tax." He argued many ways. He said, they said, "We're the ones who take care of Vrindavan." Krishna said, "No, I'm bringing my cows. I'm herding the cows." He said, "You take your cows and you trample our gardens and you trample the flowers and the vegetables. And we have to, you never ever watered a plant. You've never taken care of any plant. What right do you have to say you're the king of Vrindavan?" He said, "Anyhow, you must give." And then they said, "No, don't you know there's one gopi, her name is Brinda. She's like the forest goddess of Vrindavan." They said, Vrindavan is named after Brinda. Vrindavan is her property. So Krishna said, "Vrinda, she is my wife." They said, "Wife? If she is your wife, you have to agree, right? The wife has to consent to marriage, right?" So they said, "Let's call Vrinda." And so Vrinda came, and Krishna looked at her and smiled. Thought his charms would work. And she said, "My husband? That black boy? No good family would ever marry their daughter to that sham, blackish boy. Heart is black, very crooked. We don't want anything to do with him." So Krishna's thinking, what can I do now? He said, "Anyhow, you have to give tax." So then they all one by one gave some sweets, gave some butter to all Krishna's friends, and they were thinking, "Now we're victorious." He became very puffed up after that incident. And for days he would go around with all his friends bragging about how he had taxed the gopis. And he became so puffed up that say, what pride comes before the fall. So he became very proud. And he would go around with his 4 or 5 friends thinking that he owned the place. And one time the gopis ambushed him. They all hid in the trees and behind the rocks. And as Krishna was going through that area, similar area, they all ambushed him, caught all the boys and tied their sikas, which is like their ponytail, to the trees and boxed their cheeks. And they dressed Krishna up as a gopi, the gopi skirt, a blouse, and some big karamba flowers in the blouse. And they gave him a pot and said, "Hold it, or else." And then from 10, 15 feet away, Lalita Devi, Radharani's best friend, threw a big rock and broke the pot. And then a huge pot of like 30, 40 liters of yogurt fell all upon Krishna's body. And he got, this is called Abhishek, royal bath. Krishna was so happy. Why? This is more sweet than just being God that everyone worships.